Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome back to the daily readings of Srila Prabhupada's books. Last night we had some technical difficulties and the sound somehow or other wouldn't work. And plus also the connection was not strong. So we're going to repeat what we did last night because it's such an interesting chapter and some very nice purports, beautiful purports. So before we do, we're going to read Srila Sanatana Goswami's glorification of the Srimad-Bhagavatam, called Srimad-Bhagavatam Mahima Stotram, to all the sages present. From the Sri Krishna Lila Stava, verses 412 through 416, Srimad-Bhagavata Mahima Stotram, the glories of the Srimad-Bhagavatam. And it goes like this. Sarva Shashabdipi Yusha, Sarva Vedaika Satpala, Sarva Siddhanta Ratnaja, Sarva Lokaika Drikprada. O nectar from the ocean of all scriptures, singular fruit of all the Vedas, rich mine of the precious gems of all conclusive truths, you are the only giver of sight to all the worlds. Sarva Bhagavata Prana, Srimad Bhagavata Prabho, Kalidvandodita Nitya, Shri Krishna Parivartita. O life air of all the Supreme Lord's devotees, O Master Srimad Bhagavatam, you are the sun risen in the darkness of Kali. You are the exact image of Shri Krishna. Paramananda Pataya, Prema Varshakshadayate, Sarvada Sarvasevyaya, Shri Krishnaya Namostume. I bow down to you, who are supremely blissful to read. Your every syllable pours down a flood of prema. You can always be served by everyone. You are Shri Krishna himself. Madeka Bando Matsangin, Madguru Man Mahadana, Mannishtadaka Madbhagya, Mad Ananda Namostute. My only friend, my constant companion, my spiritual master, my great wealth, my savior, my good fortune, my source of ecstasy, I bow down to you. Asadu saduta dayin, atini chochata kada, anamun chagada chinmam, premnarit kandayospura. O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly, O exalter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, in case you didn't get it last night, we're going to read chapter 78 of the 10th canto of the Srimad-Bhagavatam, the killing of Dantavakra, Viduratha, and Romaharsana. This chapter relates how Lord Krishna killed Dantavakra and Viduratha, visited Vrindavan, and then returned to Dwarka. It also describes how Lord Baladev killed the offensive Romaharsana Sutta. Intent on avenging the death of his friend Shalva, Dantavakra appeared on the battlefield with club in hand. Lord Krishna took up his own club and came before him. Dantavakra then insulted the Lord with harsh words and struck him a terrific blow on the head. Without budging in the slightest, Lord Krishna bludgeoned Dantavakra's chest, shattering his heart. Dantavakra had a brother named Viduratha, and he became distraught at Dantavakra's death. Taking up his sword, Viduratha confronted Sri Krishna, but the Lord cut off Viduratha's head with his Sudarshan disc. Lord Krishna then visited Vrindavan for 2 months, and finally he returned to Dwarka. When Lord Baladev heard that the Pandavas and Kauravas were about to go to war, in order to remain neutral, he left Dwarka on the pretext of going on pilgrimage. The Lord bathed in sacred places, such as Prabhas, Tritakupa, and Vishala, and eventually he came to the holy Naimisharanya forest, where great sages were performing an extended fire sacrifice. While being worshipped by the assembled sages and offered a seat of honor, the Lord noticed that Romaharsana Sutta, sitting on the speaker's seat, had failed to stand in deference to him. Oops. Greatly angered at this offense, Lord Balaram killed Romaharsana by touching him with the tip of a blade of kusha grass. The assembled sages were disturbed by what Lord Baladev had done, and they said to him, "You have unknowingly killed a Brahmana. Therefore, even though you are above the Vedic injunctions, we request you to set a perfect example for the general populace by atoning for this sin." Then Sri Baladev followed the Vedic maxim that one's son takes birth as one's self, granted to Romaharsana's son, Ugrashava, the position of speaker of the Puranas, and in accordance with the sage's desires, he promised Ugrashrava a long life with unfailing sensory capacity. Wanting to do something more for the sages, Lord Baladev promised to kill a demon named Balvala, who had been polluting their sacrificial arena. Finally, on the sage's advice, he agreed to go on a year-long pilgrimage of all the holy places in India. Texts 1 and 2. Shukadev Goswami said, acting out of friendship for Shishupal, Shalva, and Pondraka, who had all passed on to the next world, the wicked Dantavakra appeared on the battlefield in a great rage. O king, all alone, on foot, and wielding a club in his hand, the mighty warrior shook the earth with his footsteps. Text 3. Seeing Dantavakra approach, Lord Krishna quickly picked up his club, jumped down from his chariot, and stopped his advancing opponent just as the shore holds back the ocean. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, when Krishna appeared before Dantavakra, his heroic march was immediately stopped, just as the great furious waves of the ocean are stopped by the beach. Text 4. Raising his club, the reckless king of Kurusha said to Lord Mukunda, what luck to have you come before me today. Purport. Srila Sridhar Swami explains that after having waited for 3 lifetimes, Dantavakra, formerly a gatekeeper in Vaikuntha, could now return to the spiritual world. Therefore, the transcendental meaning of his statement is how fortunate I am that today I can return to my constitutional position in the spiritual world. In the next verse, Dantavakra will refer to Krishna as Matuleya, a maternal cousin. Dantavakra's mother, Shrutashrava, was the sister of Krishna's father, Vasudeva. Text 5. You are our maternal cousin, Krishna, but you committed violence against my friends, and now you want to kill me also. Therefore, fool, I will kill you with my thunderbolt club. Purport. The Acharyas have given the following alternate grammatical division of the 3rd line of this verse, Atas Tvam Gadaya Amanda, in which case Dantavakra says, my dear Lord Krishna, you are Amanda, not foolish, and therefore, with your powerful club, you will now send me back home, back to Godhead. This is the inner meaning of this verse. Text 6. Then, O unintelligent one, I, who am obliged to my friends, will have repaid my debt to them by killing you, my enemy disguised as a relative, who are like a disease within my body. Purport. According to the Acharyas, the word agya indicates that in comparison to Lord Krishna, no one is more intelligent. Further, the word bandhu rupam indicates that Lord Krishna is actually everyone's true friend. And vyadim indicates that Lord Krishna is the super soul, the object of meditation within the heart, who takes away our mental distress. Furthermore, the Acharyas translate the word hatva as gyatva. In other words, by knowing Krishna properly, one can actually liberate all of one's friends. I'll repeat that again. In other words, by knowing Krishna properly, one can actually liberate all of one's friends and family and country. And if you become good enough, the world. Or at least contribute to it. Text 7.